1, prepare.
We're not prepared.
Check that off the list. 2, stay sober.
Not happening.
Welcome to the best kind of worst.
No one fucking cares.
Everyone cares.
Who?
I care.
Dick suck.
So there I am in the parking lot. Underwear and a guinea.
Hang out in the backseat of a 7-Eleven.
It's animal!
We might die.
So you want to talk about those lesbians?
We need a Bay update.
I slept on the fucking tile!
In your eyes, we're so young, we're so free, and we're out of our mind. You know we've let our worlds collide. This life is ours, it starts tonight.
All right.
Ooh, a little different.
Coming in
hot, a little different than normal. That obviously isn't us singing.
Wait, it's not? Oh, okay, yeah.
No,
I thought for a second.
I think we're the songbirds of our generation, but that was a lot better than what we do.
I'd have to agree.
I think we just butcher music.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure we know half the words half the time, but we're back.
We're back. I guess it hasn't been that long since our last episode dropped, but it's been a few weeks for us.
Yeah, almost 2 weeks out of the studio, right? 2 weeks.
But, yeah, that song was...
Darren Campbell. He is a London musician. We got to talking through Instagram. He slid into our DMs.
Slid in the DMs like, whoa.
Yeah. Doing a little cross-promotion deal. We're going to play his full song.
Yeah, we'll play it at the end for you guys if you want to listen to the whole thing. It's a pretty good song.
Yeah, man. He's got a lot of music. Like I said, he's a London musician, London singer-songwriter to be specific.
Yeah. So it's got that London pop sound.
Yeah, it's good. Music video's pretty good. So you can find him on Instagram, Darren Campbell, DarrenCampbell music, all together.
Yeah.
Also on his website, darrencampbell.co.uk, because
UK.
It's in the UK.
Well, we'll do a post anyway for him too, so it's easier, and we can probably tag him on the post and all
Pretty
that.
good stuff there. Hope he does well.
Yeah, no, hope he does well. He reached out, wanted to do a little
co-promotion.
Yeah. So I remember you called me and you're like, yeah, somebody wants us to play their music. I was like, well, does it suck?
No.
And you're like, no, it sounded pretty good. I'm like, all right, let's do it.
So in a matter of one day, I was spending the afternoon with Shelly, and Darren Campbell reaches out, and I'm like, what is happening right now? What is happening right now, right? Our unofficial caffeine sponsor, Buddy Brew, they reach out like 30 minutes later, wanting to send us some stuff. I was like, okay, what am I missing here?
What is happening here?
I just gotten back, from prison, and
just straight prison.
Straight priz. And then I looked at we get enough metrics for our podcast through SoundCloud.
Yeah, they give you a good amount.
And I saw a nearly 5-time increase in a matter of 1 week. And we started trending, and I was like, "What is three good things in one day?
3 for 3. This is weird."
Well, usually it leads to me dying.
Yeah.
There's something terrible happening, but
not yet.
Woke up the next day with all my limbs, so nothing
we're
terrible.
Still here.
Nothing terrible happened.
Yeah. So no, that's good. Yeah, get that stuff from Buddy Brew. Maybe we can turn this thing around. A unofficial to official possibly, but. We did win some free stuff from them, so that's a start. Yeah,
and they keep reposting our stuff. That's out of the kindness of the heart. They don't have to do that. It's awesome stuff. Course. And we got some things in the pipeline coming up in our community. #support local.
Yeah, of course. Did you email that guy back?
I'm gonna do it tonight.
Okay.
I wrote something out, and I wanted your input before I sent it. Cause
sounds good. Yeah, we can look at that after.
I'm good with the words, but this is I'm verging into your area now.
All right.
So
all right, that's cool.
I don't want to say something stupid, which is par for the course for me.
It's all good.
So how you been, baby? 2 weeks?
Good, yeah. I guess it's probably been more than that since last time we recorded, but yeah, doing good. Just went to Alaska for a couple weeks. That was interesting. I'd never been, always wanted to go. And it was good. But the adventure we were on was a bit of a shit show, so that kind of played into you all right? You having a heart attack?
Oh, the carbonation from the sponsor.
Oh.
I'm trying not to burp right into the microphone here.
But yeah, it was a bit of an adventure, bit of a shit show. I'll just throw out a few words. We're on a filming trip. We had a truck in the river, crying, a couple alcoholics. I don't know. The list goes on. I could probably just stop there. I think you get the gist. So
yeah. With regards to the truck in the river, was this a Michael Scott office deal where the GPS just told you to run it in?
I wasn't there when it happened. I just came up and saw the aftermath. I really wish I would have seen it happen. Because I bet it was a sight to see. Nobody, everybody's safe. Nobody died or anything like that. But yeah, it was just one of them things.
The closest thing I've seen to a truck in water was when good brother Tully got hit by a truck.
Oh yeah,
verging into the water.
Yeah.
Were you there?
No, I wasn't there for that.
Beautiful story.
No, I've heard about it. But yeah, well, I mean, it's probably not as terrible as it sounds by saying they put a truck in the river, but because there's this river and it's low enough in one section that you can actually drive across. There's houses and cabins and stuff on the other side of the river, and you can actually drive across it. People do it all day, every day. But when you're not from there and you might have had a few sponsors and you might turn a little much to the right and miss the path that you're supposed to follow, you drowned a truck.
Drown a truck. Get that trend on Twitter. Drown a truck.
Drown a truck.
Oh man.
So, but overall, it was a good time. It was just a little rough. It rained almost every day. So it put a little damper on it. But overall, we made the best of it. We had a good time. I enjoyed being in Alaska.
How was the scenery? Beautiful.
I mean, it was great. Honestly, I mean, it's I didn't know exactly what the area was going to look like that we were staying in. It's a lot of tundra, they call it. It's basically the whole ground is wet all the time. They get so much snow. I mean, there was still snow up on some of the mountaintops that we could see that, I mean, we didn't come across snow, but some of the mountaintops across that we were like looking at, still had patches of snow on it. And it was summer, end of summer, so it's like, it's not going to melt. It's just going to get covered again. So they get a lot of snow and it melts, and I think that's probably why, it's the type of terrain it is. It's so soft. It was pretty crazy. We were doing a lot of four-wheeling, and you would actually see the ground. The ground looked like Jell-O in some spots as the four-wheeler would ride over it. It just like the ground was just moving so crazy like Jell-O.
How was the insomnia? Did you get a little insomnia? Because it's got to be like, 20, 21 hours of daylight?
Yeah, I don't know that it was insomnia. I just didn't sleep very well for the first few days, so maybe partially. It was 4 hours behind us. They're 4 hours behind us, so that kind of, I think, screwed me up a little bit. But then, yeah, it was probably... Let's see, I don't think it got like dark till about midnight. And then I think it, by like 5, 6, it was bright out again. So you're getting almost 20 hours of daylight.
Now be honest. Is all of this made up, and did you murder someone? Did you really have insomnia? You just don't know. Maybe the truck didn't go in the water. Maybe you... trying to cover up a little murder.
I don't think so, but
all right.
No, I guess.
See?
No.
Got him. Got him.
I wasn't sure if you were trying to do a bit or something. I'm like,
No,
where are
I
you
just
going with
remember the
this?
Insomnia movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think he murders people. I actually don't remember.
I don't know.
I think it was Pacino.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't remember. The Italians.
Gave me an excuse to say Italian.
Yeah, you're just looking for a reason.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean overall it was a good time. They have a lot of local breweries, which was cool. Yeah, I could try a lot of local beer.
Yeah, I bet a lot of things that they have is just furnished within the state because it's got to be hard to get goods up there.
Yeah, well, that was the one thing is everything was way more expensive and expired. At least in the town that we were staying in, we were a very small town, and we had a couple-hour drive to a small village. So, it takes a lot to get things up there, and then how many people are actually buying all those items, so there was a lot of expired and very expensive items.
Yeah, you were telling me a case of water was outrageous.
Yeah, we bought a case of water for $26, but it was on sale from $40, so we got a good deal.
Oh, that's an awesome deal. That's what 38% off. Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
you buy two.
Yeah, we did. We bought two, and then we had to go back and buy a third.
Yeah, you buy two, and you thank Uncle Sam.
Yeah. It was a bit ridiculous on the pricing, but yeah, no, that was my last couple weeks, and then now just kind of settling back in and working on the edit for the footage that I went and got. So, what about you? What you been up to?
Nothing, man. Just came back. Trip was good. Got to see the Canadian for north of 2 weeks.
Yep.
I think just under 3. Spent a day in Miami.
Yep.
And she went home. Then I flew my ass back home.
Yep.
Just been studying, trying to get everything together for the podcast, trying to get us some opportunities out there.
Yep.
In the streets.
Sending out them emails.
This weekend we spent the weekend with Vintage.
Yeah, went saw good brother Vintage.
Yeah, it was a great time.
Yeah, we had a good time. Played a little golf.
I was playing putt-putt.
I played the worst game of golf in my life.
I was hitting the ball for distance, just accuracy was terrible.
Yeah.
And once I got on the green.
Yeah, your putts were on point.
I was a one putt brother all day.
Yeah, no, you were nailing it. You were on point on the putts. I couldn't really do anything. I had a couple good. My best club of the day was my 56 degree.
You were hitting all right with the all too.
I had a few decent ones with it, the all, but yeah, no. The best club I was hitting with was my sand wedge.
Yeah,
and I wasn't even using it in the sand. It was just I was just hitting it good, so I was just using it. Plus, it was a little par 3, so I actually teed off with it twice.
It was a beautiful course.
Yeah, no,
Scaffy drilled that.
Yep.
He chipped right in. It was a one bounce wheelie right into the hole.
Yeah, I mean that was a good chip.
That was nasty.
Great chip, rolled right in.
Chip.
That was good. Yeah, beautiful course, right on the water, right there on Palm Beach, West Palm Beach, whichever one it was.
Well, I mean, for you and I, we wouldn't care. We would just say West Palm Beach.
Yeah, it's all the same to me.
But for the people that live there,
it's
you say West Palm Beach.
It's disrespectful.
Disrespectful. You a piece of shit. I don't think I've ever seen houses like that.
No?
I mean, obviously you have, right? But like,
but a big row of them like that.
Yeah. Like I'm talking like a mile of just fortresses and castles.
Yeah, no, big fences. I think you made a comment that one of the fences was worth more than your life.
Yeah. It had a retina detector to let you in the fucking house. And I was like, that's guaranteed worth more than my life. But that
was a good time.
That one house on the back 9 across from the water.
Yeah, with all the windows.
With all the windows. Had a fucking London pay booth, payphone
it was pretty
booth
cool.
In their backyard.
Yeah,
just
cool.
for shits.
Just one of them big red ones.
Like,
just because they could.
We're just because we can.
Because we got it.
Because guess why? Doesn't even make a dent.
All right.
That was a good weekend. The weather held up really nicely because
Yeah, it did. It wasn't looking too good, but
it would rain at like 4 o'clock in the morning to
Yeah.
like 6:37, and then we were good.
Then it was clear. Yeah. We made a mockery of Bigot USA.
Good old Sebash. Good old Sebash.
Hooked us up. I think we walked out of there with about a dozen chicken biscuits.
Yeah, the best line was, so you guys just want 2 biscuits, said Sebash. Ryan was like, 3?
Well,
I go, just make it 6.
oh, and then we're going to need 5 of these and 2 of these. And
how much sauce do you need? We need 15.
15, please.
15 Bigot sauces.
He didn't even blink, though, when you order $60 in just sandwiches.
Yeah.
They kind of just throw all the sauce at you. We actually ordered so much food, they gave us 2 free coupons for free sandwiches.
Yeah. And then him and I were just sitting there waiting for the food, and every time they yelled a person's name out, we would say it twice. You know, like they were like, Chloe, and then one of us would go, Chloe. Right? So this fella in there didn't take kindly to us saying that. And then when they called my name.
Yep. Good old Raymond.
Oh, he goes, Ray. And I think he thought we were being racist.
Yeah, I think we might have pushed a few buttons in there. But luckily we got our food and got out of there.
They gave us a duffel bag of food.
Practically, yeah.
What was that coffee place we went to? Shout out to them for being so goddamn cool.
Rabbit Coffee. Rabbit Coffee. They were in a little what was that place called? Do you remember?
Grandview.
Grandview. It was kind of like a little Armature Works here in Tampa.
Yeah.
Really cool place. We were just looking for a coffee spot to grab a couple cups of coffee on the way back from getting our sandwiches, and that was the one that popped up with good reviews. So didn't realize it was going to be in a warehouse, but
I just
we
thought
got
we'd
in
just
and got
drive
out,
up.
and they hooked us up. Coffee was great. We did a couple double shots of espresso.
Mm-hmm.
Great stuff. It was really good Rabbit Coffee.
Yeah. A couple of good people down there. The cashier lady was awesome.
Yeah, she was fun. She, she was playing into our stupidity.
Yeah.
So it was, good coffee, good people.
Yeah. Good stuff. You're in West Palm. Hit up that Grandview.
Yeah, we walked in, bought coffee, and walked out. So and it was, I don't know, like 10 in the morning. So we really didn't see much of the place, but
and we walked up.
It looked cool.
We walked up, and we literally had just been through hell at Chick-fil-A because it's Saturday. You can't get into a Chick-fil-A, right? And there was probably north of like 12 people in this little line for this coffee shop.
Yeah.
And we were in and out in less than 10 minutes.
Yeah, probably
awesome
10
stuff.
tops.
Yeah.
And we were in Chick-fil-A for about a half hour.
Yeah, we were there for a good 30.
Yeah, easy. But well, I mean that's caught up.
Yeah.
That's where we're at. So that's what we got.
Yeah, let's go. Let's just get a little dead air for just for
let it go.
Old time's sake.
Just give it a 10 count or something.
Nah. What's been going on in the world? It's been going
bunch of
on
shit
in the
apparently.
world.
I don't know. Trying to get caught back up. But I don't know. What you got? You want to lead it off? You want me to throw something out there?
Let's just hit a one-liner real quick.
All right, let's
Ladies
hear it.
and gentlemen, Amazon just hit a $1 trillion valuation.
Jesus.
Not going to say anything else after that. Shout out to John Bezos, richest man ever.
Okay.
I think he's north of $100 billion now.
Yep.
Think real quick. What would you do if you had $100 billion? What would you buy right now?
A beer.
God, I love you. That's why.
Right now?
Small-minded.
Buy a beer.
Love it. Love it.
Ask me tomorrow morning. I'll buy the world. Right now, just want a beer.
Yeah. What are we drinking tonight?
Well, tonight, our sponsors are good old Samuel Adams. I bought a variety pack the other day. I am so glad. It's funny, though, because shit was more expensive and expired in Alaska. But once I got back to Anchorage, Alaska, where we were kind of overnighting because of our long travel to where we were going, I was actually able to have my first Oktoberfest of the season. in Alaska on draft. It was fantastic. But so when I got back, I bought the winter variety pack or the fall variety pack. So I'm drinking the coffee pale ale. It's actually pretty fantastic. They do a lot of coffee stouts and porters and stuff like that, but the coffee pale ale is really good.
Yeah, and I got a little spruce lager over here with it's a lager brewed with spruce tips.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's got notes of pine, which for most people would be like, what the hell? And honestly, it's great.
Yeah. No, I had one the other day. It was fantastic. Very good.
I love Sam Adams. I do.
It's great stuff.
Such a great thing.
Great company.
It's not a craft beer anymore.
Technically, by the standards, it is by the amount of barrels they make a year.
Purposefully done.
Of course. I'm not gonna argue that, but they started the whole thing, so I think they get a little bit of a pass. I mean, not necessarily the whole thing, but I mean they're one of the top companies to blow up craft beers.
But it's a household name now, so I don't think they need to rely on it anymore. That's what I'm saying.
Don't. No, they don't.
Yeah, let's go 5 years back.
But the thing is, they're always making new beers and rotating beers. Like, sure, they have their staples, but they're still the same in the same business they were before of making new craft beers.
3 or 4 years ago, you get an Oktoberfest variety. It only had 4 different beers in there, right?
Yeah, they change them all the time.
Now it's like 6.
It's been 6 for quite a while. Sometimes they'll drop down. Sometimes they'll come out with different variety packs. But that's the thing is, like, they do keep it new. They've always got new beers. They'll rotate beers. They'll take a beer out that you won't see for a couple of years, and it'll come back in a variety pack.
And the one thing I will say is, name one time you've tried something from them and it wasn't good.
That wasn't good. Exactly.
So
now, sure, it might not be to your taste.
Yeah.
But wasn't a bad beer.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't ever had anything that I don't hate. Like I pretty much despise pumpkin stuff, especially all the pumpkin beers. And
hold your horses here,
their
baby.
pumpkin beer isn't bad.
Tread lightly.
Hey,
if you
like what you like,
tread lightly.
Like what you like, and I like what I like.
PSLs are back, son.
Yeah.
PSLs are back.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'm full hard.
Oh God.
How about that Frosted Flakes, pumpkin spice flavored?
I don't know nothing about
hard.
that. Don't know nothing about that. I'm just not a pumpkin guy.
If you don't go during October and get one PSL from Starbucks,
never had one.
Don't trust you.
Makes me hate Starbucks.
Don't trust.
Never had one. Never plan on having one.
PSL.
I'll stick to my black
forever.
Coffee or my espresso.
Yeah.
But no, I'm just not a pumpkin guy. But even their pumpkin beer, I can drink and go, okay, it's not bad. It doesn't punch you in the face with pumpkin. It's got good other flavors to it. It's not like some of these other pumpkin beers that I've tasted that are just a mouthful of fuck you, Yeah,
it's like a can of the pumpkin puree, right?
Yeah, basically.
It is one of my favorite. It's not my favorite Oktoberfest beer, but it is it's in the realm of like the top 3.
Yeah, good fall. I know everybody likes... Fall's a good season. Everybody likes Oktoberfest. Everybody likes the pumpkin stuff. You start getting those darker beers,
That one time we were able to get that one growler from Cigar City.
Oh, yeah.
That was the top of the food chain there. I haven't found nothing that's that good.
Yep.
But Oktoberfest by Sam Adams does come close.
It's my favorite. But see, it's like I also like traditional German Oktoberfest beers. I don't know if you want to call them traditional, but I suppose that's what you would call them. And they don't taste anything like some of the U.S. Oktoberfest beers that you get.
No, everybody wants to put pumpkin
different.
in it.
Well, but not necessarily just that, but other spices, they're usually a little bit lighter.
Pumpkin, cinnamon.
Nutmeg, all that shit. That's the stuff that you get in fall beers in the States. But I do really enjoy a good German, Belgium Oktoberfest beer. A little bit different, but something about the Sam Adams Oktoberfest is fantastic.
Delicious.
I had my first draft in Alaska. Good stuff.
Let's hit a Bud Red real quick.
Oh, go fuck yourself.
There it is. There it is. That was quick.
So, I got this one. I don't want to talk much about it. I just think it's kind of funny. Animal crackers, now cage-free.
Oh, so like the eggs that they use are free range?
Well, I don't know. It doesn't say anything about that. I would hope maybe that's what PETA's fighting for. But no, the box, the picture on the box, you can probably see that there.
Oh, like the fictitious animals on the box.
Yes, all the cartoon drawing of all the animals on the box. They used to have a big cage in front of them because it was like a circus cart, like a trail car, right? A train cart. With the bars on it for all the animals. They took the bars off and they're just in the wild. So there's that.
I'll say this: if that's not goddamn progress, ladies and gentlemen, then I don't know what the fuck
I
is.
guess.
We're letting the dogs out. We're letting all the animals out.
All of them out. We're letting them out.
It's about time. Hey, animal crackers.
I should have brought this
animation.
This would have been the lead into our articles. I'm a retard because I actually got one about coffee.
Oh.
So IBM is patenting a coffee delivery drone.
Okay, so it's gonna fly to me and hand me in my hand.
Yeah. Well, I
a steaming pile of cafe Americano.
Essentially.
Maybe even iced.
Yeah. Hey, iced if you want. They filed a patent for delivery system using drones, cameras, and biometric sensors to pinpoint exactly when and where you don't want but need a caffeine fix. But the one thing the article's talking about, kind of joking about, is their sketch on the patterns of how they're going to look and how happy the people are getting their coffee.
Actually, I'm looking at it right now. They actually drew the people smiling up.
Yeah.
It's fucking stupid.
It's kind of funny. But, yeah, so, I mean, that's something.
Now, follow me here. Amazon, because we have one of those. We have one of the facilities here locally.
Yes.
They toy, and I think they still are, with
as far as
drone delivery.
As far as I know, they still toy with it. Yeah.
And it's like, you don't hear much about it because I just don't think it's.
Not
I don't think
anymore.
it's feasible.
Yeah, I mean, I think it can be, but it's a tough thing, because.
Look, we don't live in
There's a reason we don't have flying cars yet.
We don't live in a fairy tale book where the stork brings you a baby.
Yeah.
The drone, I just don't. I don't see the point in drone delivery or drone caffeine delivery. If you want a fucking cup of coffee, go fucking buy one.
Go buy one, you lazy piece of shit.
Yeah, get off the fucking couch.
Yeah.
Look, I just saw a commercial the other day.
Go buy something else.
Walmart, because obviously Walmart, Target, these bigger department stores. Like I call them department stores because you can get a variety of things, right?
Yeah.
They can't compete with Amazon's delivery system, right?
No.
Free 2-day or free 1-day for most items, right?
Not going to happen.
So Walmart now is this thing where you can just tap in to their store on your phone, get all your fucking things, and pull up in one of the spots in the front. And they come and walk out all your bags.
Yeah, yeah.
Publix is doing the same thing. I just saw they got the Instacart.
Yeah, I heard they were going to start doing that too.
It's like, what are we doing?
It's convenience. It's nice if you're in a rush. You're a mom with a bunch of kids. You can't run into the store. There are very good uses for it, I believe.
There are, but for me, and this is not me being facetious. I love walking the aisles of a grocery store and finding something different to make.
I like just looking around sometimes, but sometimes I'm in a hurry.
Yeah, I'm not arguing that, but I think if the average person today is just literally going to buy the same fucking thing every week.
Well, that's it.
And just hit reorder.
Yeah, reorder last week's order. I'll be there in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree. It's definitely, a lot of the new technology we come up with is amazing. It's great, but it's really just to promote laziness.
And they use these $10,000 words so that you forget about laziness. We are streamlining. No, you're just allowing people to sit on the fucking couch and do nothing. That's not streamlining.
Yeah.
It's streamlining in the grand view.
Lazy. Of course, yeah.
But it's not.
Yeah. You're going to lose jobs that way.
Yeah.
It's another side effect. Technology.
Look. Wawa's breaking the mold of fast food with the touchscreen deals.
Yeah.
Now McDonald's are putting them in.
Yeah. They started putting them in a while back, I believe. But Technology.
I'll drink to it. It's great, but one of these days you'll just have a cell phone implanted in your arm, and you'll just, or it'll be in your head.
Just like anything, it's got its pros and cons.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind getting my credit cards implanted in my arm so I don't carry those things around. That'd be great.
You're almost there. Every time I see you, you have less on you.
Yeah. I'm trying.
I mean, essentially, you can put them all on your phone, but a lot of places still don't accept, the like
little
phone
machines
pay.
now, the TBKoW machines,
I don't know.
card swipe machines.
That's too much for me.
They're starting to do the Apple Pay and the Samsung
Soon
Pay.
enough,
We're getting so close.
Soon enough, every store will have it, but I think we're still a little ways away. But yeah.
Shout out 2018.
Sure. It's almost over.
All I got.
Almost over.
Riboflavin.
What do you got? What's going on in the news that interests Raymond?
So the big story while I was away was the football player for the University of Maryland that died during practice. He had what looks to be a heat stroke. His temperature upon arrival to the hospital was 106.
Damn.
They say he got there about an hour after he had passed out. So it's probably north of that originally. It kind of opened up even a broader conversation about potential bullying and traumatizing events, like a traumatizing culture in the football program. One kid came out and said, the coaching staff told me I needed to gain weight, but he's a 19-year-old practicing twice a day. It's not an easy thing, especially when I think he was a wide receiver.
Yeah.
So he's already lean, muscular.
Yeah.
It's not an
easy
easy thing, right?
Lose a ton of weight.
I think people forget that. Like, it's hard for some people to gain weight. I think people forget that.
Absolutely, especially when you're running 24/7.
So I guess he was saying like one of his coaches sat with him at lunch and made him eat until he vomited on the plate.
Jesus.
Another
Gotta bulk up, son.
Another player said that the coaching staff would constantly call them "quote unquote" pussy bitches, which honestly, it's kind of just a normal.
That's a normal football thing, isn't it?
For me, it
negative reinforcement.
Yeah, for me, it is. I've been called worse by coaching staffs in high school. And you don't take offense to it.
It's motivation.
It's camaraderie. It's like they gotta test you. They gotta put you to the limits.
That's it.
Because you gotta be willing for 60 minutes.
You gotta be mentally strong as well.
You gotta leave everything on the field.
Of course. Well, that's it. It's a mental game as much as it is physical.
If you're a starting player and you walk off the field after 60 minutes and I could run a couple laps, you're not doing it right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just that's my thought on it. And I don't. Other people can have different thoughts. We're constantly trying to, in my opinion, pussify the like football.
Yeah.
And for right reasons, CTE,
well, of course,
concussions.
I
understand
that. There.
But and also, one of the good brothers. Pussy bitch. That's a normal weekend.
That's nothing.
That's a normal weekend.
Turtle dicks and all kinds of stuff.
Don't make fun of my turtle dick. But here's the reality on the coaching side. This is in Maryland. It's not as hot as, let's say, the universities here in Florida.
Yeah,
you might not just kill one kid.
Oh,
right?
you can kill the whole fucking team.
There has to be fail safes in collegiate football for this not to happen. This should not happen.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
This should not happen.
Absolutely.
On the other side, when you have six players came out and they said, we're bullied, that's not a representation of the team. That's not.
No.
I don't think that is. And I think those are just the handful of kids that aren't technically, quote unquote, strong enough to handle that kind of stuff.
But it could also be excessive.
We are constantly getting softer. I'm not going to.
No, absolutely.
They're still doing their investigation. The head coach is on paid leave. They're still coming to find out what kind of a culture this coaching staff and this administration has put on, has put together.
Yeah.
So I don't want to,
kind of environment
at this point, argue
Either side.
I'm just saying, at 6 out of 75.
Yeah, it's really not much.
This happens, right? Look,
if it was that bad, you'd have more.
Yeah.
But like you said, we're becoming.
I mean, look what happened to
weaker, more. We like to complain more. We like to call everybody out more. It's like back in the day, if you were too weak to make it, well, you were just too weak to make it. You're cut. See you later.
Scholarship pulled. Like, have a nice day.
Yeah.
And there's plenty of athletes out there, and I'm not referring to the person that passed away. This is just a generality.
Of course not.
Look at what happened to USF, our winningest University of South Florida, our winningest head coach Jim Leavitt on the sidelines of one game. From what I remember, pushed the player, was in his face, yelling at him, trying to get him to play harder. He was a receiver. I guess he ran a shit route, right?
Yeah.
His father was an analyst for ESPN. His father ran a narrative that Jim Leavitt was a bully.
Jesus Christ.
Fired.
You would think an analyst from ESPN would understand some of that,
he was just upset his kid was getting blasted on national television.
Exactly.
Right?
He's probably seen it thousands of times, but
this
now
happens,
it's personal.
This happens quite often. How many times you played sports?
Yeah.
How many times your coach get in your face, yelling at you, push you a little bit?
Not much. I didn't play football, though. Played baseball. It's pretty relaxed. I mean, I got yelled at a little, but it wasn't. I don't think it's as intense, you know?
Yeah. I got you.
As like a physical sport. But I saw it all the time. I had friends that played football. I saw how they came out of practice and, things they told me that were said and done. And
Romanowski regrets this
strong
to this day. But he used to in order to get revved up for a game, he used to headbutt players with their helmet on, his off. He would just take the forehead straight, I think Goldberg did kind of the similar thing, Bill, when he played for, I forget what university he played for. He played a little bit of professional.
Yep.
But no, what I loved about what happened in this situation, there's not much to love, but the university came out and took full responsibility, and that's a great thing.
Good.
Because a lot of times, especially with you and I just watched that docu on Joe Paterno.
Yeah.
A lot of times they try to keep these things in house.
Yeah, exactly.
Because, ladies and gentlemen, collegiate football is an institution, and it's much larger than the university that houses it.
Yeah, absolutely.
It makes more money. The head coach is paid 10 times more than the president of the university.
What they are because of the team, usually.
100%. So a lot of times they try to cover their ass, for better or worse.
Of course.
So the fact that they came out, said it was their fault, and they took full responsibility. I was proud of the University of Maryland for that. I can't really say the same for the University, Michigan State University with the Larry Nassar deal.
Yeah.
That's a good segue. They didn't, NCAA, which I think is one of the most corrupt organizations in the world, they found Michigan State University of no wrongdoing in terms of Larry Nassar, who got a 175-year sentence for systematically, I'll just say sexually assaulting, because I don't know whether he molested or raped. He sexually assaulted hundreds of teenage gymnasts on the university grounds. The same day the NCAA says they're not imposing any kind of punishment or bans. What was the lady? Kathy Claggage was arraigned on 2 counts of lying to the police about complaints she received about Nassar, and she is a Michigan State gymnast coach. So these girls were coming to her saying, hey,
something's wrong.
There's something funny going on. And they were just kind of dismissive. And she
was just sweeping it under the table.
And then Michigan State is found of no wrongdoing.
Jeez.
That
sounds a little fishy.
Doesn't make any sense to me.
Sounds a little fishy.
Is it as bad as the Jerry Sandusky thing? Like I said, I don't know what.
Determined.
I don't know I can't remember the extent of the assaults.
Yeah.
Sandusky's were grotesque.
Yeah. Of course.
But I think you have to do some kind of punishment.
Yeah, no, you need something. Especially if then you find out that one of the other coaches was covering it up.
Yeah. Look, speaking of Penn State, specifically Southern Methodist University in Texas, they're the only university to ever get a death penalty. Their death penalty was for the players getting paid, getting cars and shit, right?
Yeah.
So when they didn't give Penn State the death penalty, you basically just said, hey, what Jerry Sandusky did isn't as bad as a player getting some money in the 80s.
Yeah.
So completely fucked. And I'm not saying Michigan State should get the death penalty, but you have to do something.
But yeah.
You have to quit this, hey, we should keep this in-house. That whole stigma has got to go.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I understand, like we just said it.
You got to fucking say something.
The football team specifically is bigger than the university.
Yeah. But guess what? Something happens.
But we need to bring it down.
Bring it out, handle it, find a new coach. Bring it out, handle
100%.
it, find a new president, whatever, find a new player. Doesn't fucking 100%. Matter. If you're that good of a school and you get in front of it, you're still going to get people.
Yeah.
You know, like it.
And it's
open
funny.
your fucking mouth.
The coaches that do it the right way, and that's an asterisk right way, they end up getting fired. Charlie Strong went to the University of Texas. Mm-hmm. He was there for like 4 years. They didn't win anything really big, and he was let go. But guess what? His first season, I think he kicked off almost 19 kids that have been arrested or doing bad shit.
Good.
Now they bring in another guy, and they're back to being kind of shitty. But guess what?
Yeah.
Now they're winning games.
Yeah.
So now it's like, it's no big deal.
Getting rid of all the
same thing happened to Jim McElwain,
the players
for University of Florida.
Shit.
Yeah, collegiate football. I don't understand. I mean, look at Urban Myers. Urban Myers basically lied about his assistant coach, his domestic dispute with his wife. He basically lied, and then Ohio State has him come and make a statement. He's suspended 3 games, by the way. They have him come make a statement, and he never once apologizes to the lady, never once really apologizes to anyone. He came off so smug, so disconnected. It was outrageous. Yeah, I mean, it was
a formality, basically.
Thank you guys for coming today. I just a couple years ago I made a bad judgment. That's it.
Yeah. Bye.
Have a nice day. Like, what the fuck, man? You're one of the winningest head coaches, and you're basically just shitting on everything.
Yeah.
And then Ohio State is just like, we're gonna suspend him for 3 games, but he can practice with the team effective week 2 and 3. So basically, he's gonna coach.
Yeah. Yeah.
So basically,
he just won't be there for the game.
Who gives a fuck? We're Ohio State. We're the football program at Ohio State.
Yeah.
And we do what we want.
Pretty much.
NCAA's got to go.
Gotta go.
It's not where I wanted to go with this one, man. But
you went off. You went off. You got hot.
I have such a disdain for the NCAA. You know, like I went to University of South Florida. It's a very big school.
Yeah.
Players, a lot of players that I knew, I didn't know a whole lot, but a lot of them came from really shitty places and didn't have any extra kind of funds, right? Mm-hmm. So when you are a collegiate athlete and you are on a full ride, your meals on campus are included. Now this is how fucking stupid the NCAA is. If you're allowed unlimited snacks, you can get as many snacks as you want, but you're only allowed 3 meals. Okay. A plain bagel is a snack. A bagel with cream cheese is a meal.
That's fucking retarded.
So I knew a few student athletes that said, we don't eat a whole, we're required to be at practice at 5 a.m. and then the moment we get out of class, and people can say what they want about them in the classroom and the tutors and all the help. I don't give a shit about that. They're out there sweating their balls off, 2 practices a day, playing on a Friday. Yeah, they get free apparel. I don't care about those things. They're starving. Especially when you're a 19-year-old kid, a 20-year-old kid, 20-year-old kid.
Working out twice a day.
You have to keep your physique up. Like, NCAA is fucked 10 times over. It's disgusting what they do. I'm all for these kids getting a little stipend, little something.
Yeah.
Especially when, like, look at Tim Tebow. They sold how many fucking Florida Gator jerseys with his number on it, and because his last name's on it, he doesn't get anything from that. How many of those fucking jerseys do they sell?
I have no clue.
You go to University of Florida game. That's 100,000 people deep, and I guarantee you that you still.
So they're still selling his jerseys with his number, just without his name.
I don't think they're still selling them, but you'll see 10,000 people still in the stadium with them on.
Oh, absolutely.
And when he was playing, you probably see 100,000 with them. Dead silence.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's crazy. The collegiate football is so corrupt.
Yeah, I I don't really deal with any of that.
Yeah, you don't like collegiate football too much.
No, I don't. Well, every time you turn it on and it's 52-0, what's the point?
Yeah, that one game we were watching, I was like, what the fuck's the point of this?
That's literally every time I've sat down and put it on, that's what I see. So I don't care.
What else you got?
Oh man. Fucking, I don't know. Should we keep going south here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Steven Seagal and Kevin Spacey and that other guy, Anthony Anderson, not going to face any sexual assault charges.
Huh.
One of them, Steven Seagal's was out of the statute of limitation.
Okay.
So the time frame just fucked it.
So that's the only thing. What about Spacey?
It might have been a statute of limitation deal.
Yeah, I would think that's probably what it is. I'd like to know, though.
It was 18 years ago. I do know that.
Yeah, so it's probably...
His apology, again, like Urban Meyer's, was shit.
Was it? I didn't see it.
I got the quote here. He did not remember the alleged incident, but apologized for what quote, here's the quote, would have been deeply inappropriate drunken behavior. So he basically admitted to it. Like, hey, I'm sorry, I was drunk.
Sorry, I don't remember it, but I was probably just drunk.
Yeah, it doesn't say exactly why Spacey's was, but Seagal's a statute of limitation. Anthony Anderson, the girl who accused him, didn't want to speak to the prosecutor, so that kind of ruled hers out.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not going to talk to the prosecutor...
Yeah, Spacey was a statute of limitation.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
It was, yeah.
Makes sense.
Yep.
But, so apparently, China is having some issues with their carpooling services. So they have this ride-hailing company called Hitch. They have now had 2 people killed.
What the fuck is
catching
that? Like,
rides?
Is that like a Uber pool?
I'm assuming it seems like it's like an Uber.
Yeah.
So the other day, a 20-year-old woman was raped and killed by her driver. And this was a day after another customer complained about that driver. The passenger said that the driver took her to a remote location, then followed her after she got out of the car. And then, so she makes that complaint. Next day, so rape and kill. So they are suspending the ride service.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And there was another death, I believe, this year from the same company's ride service.
Yeah, well, now Uber's got that fail-safe. If you drop below 4 stars, you're out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't...
So, they said, hey, he had all the right, he checked off all the right boxes to become a driver, but, shit happens.
I mean, I signed up to be a driver just in the free time, and the verification process was simple.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a quick backy and pictures of your license, registration, and your insurance card, and then it's like a 12-hour waiting period for them to review it.
Yep.
But I mean, it goes back to, it doesn't really go back, but I mean, when we talked about the Florida shooting, like they weren't updating the NIC system, right? So
yeah,
like if I committed
exactly.
of course, spoiler alert, don't have any crimes, but if I did commit one in the last couple of years,
you could have gotten a gun license.
Probably not going to show up.
Yeah.
It might now that they've probably got it updated, but there's a good, I think there's a good chance still.
Well, but that was just for the guns because the lady didn't remember her password.
But wouldn't it be the same system?
Yeah, but it depends on. Yeah, but it would be a different person logging in with their correct login.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I'm saying. Like now it's probably updated, but like maybe last year, you could probably be a driver with a.
Well, but again, that's a completely different thing, I believe, because that girl was specifically just in charge of guns.
Yeah, I wonder what system they use.
So
yeah, I got what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like that, it's a completely different thing. Even if they're using the same system, it's going to be somebody different inputting the info and actually checking. Yeah. It was just the problem was she just wasn't doing it.
That's a good thing. Hey, if you listen to us and you're an Uber driver and you got a record, just send us an anonymous email. Don't tell us your name. I'm just curious.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to look at.
But
it took me 13 weeks, but I think I finally figured out how to sit during this thing.
Yeah?
I was fidgeting with the mic as you were talking, and I finally got. I
think you got it worked out.
I'm so comfortable right now. I might fall asleep. If y'all hear snoring, I did fall asleep.
Oh, that's great. So I got an update. I'm sure you know, but we got an update on the Florida shooting, the Stand Your Ground.
Oh, good call.
Where we talked about this before. We did talk about this on here, right?
Yes, we did last week.
Was it last week? Mm-hmm. So where the African-American gentleman went into the store, came out, found this older white gentleman allegedly harassing his lady that was still in the car because they were parked in a handicap spot. The guy throws the older gentleman to the ground. He then proceeds to pull a gun and shoot the younger gentleman, who dies. And he pled stand your ground. I watched the video. I believe I watched it and we talked about it on the episode. I think it might have been 2 episodes ago. And one of the first things I said was that the guy was retreating. Yes, he threw him to the ground, but then he started backing away. And at first, they said they weren't going to press any charges on the guy for shooting him because it was a stand your ground and everything looked good. After further review, they have now charged him because the guy was retreating. And they also said that he hesitated after he pulled the gun, which I think is a gray area because if you're about to shoot somebody, you should probably hesitate just a little bit. If not, you're a psychopath. But I can see if you hesitate and the guy's backing away, well, now you're just shooting a guy to shoot him.
Yeah, I guess he broke his silence yesterday. He finally talked a little bit.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, he finally talked, but he basically said, I answered all the questions they wanted. Yeah. I'm sorry to the kids.
It says here that he really wasn't remorseful for killing the guy.
Yeah,
he said
that.
He said he was scared. He was very scared. His quote was, "I was very scared. I've never been confronted like that.
Yeah,
never been assaulted like that, if you will, ever."
Yeah, no, I saw that,
and he
too.
gave some insight why he gets so heated with handicap spaces specifically.
Yep. I saw that.
His high school sweetheart is handicapped, and
relative
mother-in-law.
Yeah. So, hey, I mean, I get it. Go and tell him not to park there.
Yeah.
And the other guy that died did invoke the violence. He threw him to the ground.
Yep.
But then he retreated. So that to me, that does not give you a reason to shoot the person. If he were to keep coming after you, then yeah, shoot him. But he threw you down and backed away. Was it right of him to do that? No. But he doesn't deserve to get shot.
Yeah, actually, the article I was just perusing, said he offered little remorse, and then 5 paragraphs later, they have a quote from him. "I'm sorry. That's all I can really say to them." Yeah. Thinking about it, would you accept those kind of words from someone? I don't think I would.
Yeah.
I think there's too much hate already for me to be able to say anything that would make any kind of difference. And I don't.
Well, that's a good statement.
I don't think he's wrong.
No, absolutely. What's he going to say?
I don't know why they would say he wasn't remorseful, and then
because of course on all of this, everybody's taking the race side.
Yeah.
So of course the wife and the kids they're not gonna want to take that.
This is the state of Florida. This is the same state that had the Trayvon Martin shooting. Mm-hmm. And look, for those of you that I'm not picking sides. I really believe that guy wanted to shoot Trayvon Martin.
Yeah, he probably did.
I think he did. He got basically off on kind of a little stand your ground caveat. I think they jumped the gun in Trayvon Martin and they charged him with too much. I think they charged him with murder.
I just so, right off the bat.
In the state of Florida, with any kind of stand your ground, whether there's a gray area or not,
you're not going to... You can't charge them to the fullest.
You're not going to get someone on murder.
It's not going to go through.
Well, because you got to, murder one, you have to prove premeditation.
Yeah.
And in stand your ground instances, there's no premeditation.
There's no premeditation.
That's a reaction.
Yeah, exactly.
right? Whether he wanted to kill the kid or not.
And maybe he did premeditate, and that's why they were going for it, or at least the evidence pointed that way.
But when you have him bloodied up, and it's just it was an overcharge. I thought. I wasn't surprised that he got off. I think this guy might get off. It's a lesser charge, so there's a better chance.
Well, there's a chance he'll get off, but I think he's going to get something. I don't know. I mean, like, the first time I watched it, I told you, I'm like, it doesn't look right. You know, like I understand why he's saying stand your ground. The guy threw him on the ground, but when you're backing away and you're pointing the gun at him for, I don't know, he had the gun aimed at him for quite a few seconds before he actually pulled the trigger. So it's tough. And again, I believe there should be a little hesitation, but how can you be that scared from a guy backing away now? You know, I don't know. It's a little weird to me.
The manslaughter charge, I think they have a shot at getting him on that.
Yeah.
If they get lesser,
when you're trained with a gun, I mean, you are taught to go for center mass.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, well,
there's going to be lesser charges too because they always backlog some.
Yeah, they're always going to throw a few extras.
I think
on there.
I think he'll get guilty on those, but the manslaughter, it'll be interesting.
Yeah, I am interested to see how it turns out.
Well,
I think it's a little gray. I think there's some, on both sides, but when it comes down to it, it really just matters if he was supposed to shoot the guy or not for stand your ground.
Yep. We will keep you updated.
Apparently.
Yeah.
But
I just love it. I mean, God damn it. I can't say those kind of things. I can't say love in these kind of
No, you can't. No. I don't know what you're going to say. But
yeah, I just, I can appreciate how you assessed it either last episode before that, and that's exactly how it came out.
That's, because that's, I
kudos to you for your journalistic
I need to know these
acumen.
things. I was able to assess the video, and I have a concealed carry, so I kind of need to know this stuff. I would not have shot in that situation. Sure, I would have been pissed that I got thrown to the ground, but that's not a reason to kill somebody.
You're also not his age too, right?
No,
he's a little older, so it's a tad different of a thought process.
Not much, but yes, of course, the thought process. Yes.
The guy's younger. Like I'm not.
Yeah, no, I get it.
It's a little bit different, but I wouldn't have shot.
No,
I wouldn't have shot. We would just wrestle. We're gonna collar elbow tie up. We're gonna wrestle.
Oh yeah,
right. But
yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But I figured we'd give a little update on that.
Yeah, it was good. I gotta buy some vision insurance.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Can't see. I guess probably the biggest shit that's been happening the last couple of days is Colin Kapp and Asia Argento. Those are two different articles, not the same shit. But I don't know. I guess we'll go with Asia because I'm gonna
country
go.
Asia
Argento.
Oh,
so she's
Argento.
Her
is that
and
Argentina.
Yeah, no. She's Italian. Her and Rose McGowan are probably two of the most influential people for the MeToo movement.
Okay.
Looks like she quite a few years ago. Can't remember, what did it say? In 2013, it looks like she was filming a movie with a young actor by the name of Jimmy Bennett. And I guess they had developed some kind of a weird relationship, so to speak.
Okay.
After the movie had wrapped, she flew out to go see him in California. California. Mm-hmm. And he was 17 at the time. Oh. Age of consent in California is a stern 18.
Hey.
His cousin, who was an adult, was with him, and Asia was kind of like, hey, I kind of just wanted it to be me and him. Can you go do something and leave us alone? And they went to lunch by themselves, and she got him a little liquored up and started sucking him off.
Jesus Christ.
And then,
Me Too wants to.
Well, she wanted some Me
allow
Too.
underage drinking and get some Me Too.
Yeah, so she and I'm not being facetious.
No,
this is literally what happened.
I mean,
she started sucking him off, and then she climbed on top of him, and I guess later that year he lawyered up and claimed that it was hurting his career because it was traumatizing for him. And
well, I'm gonna call bullshit on that.
We'll get to that in a second. Yeah, we'll get to that in a second.
We'll go ahead and call bullshit on that.
We'll get to that in a second.
17.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a second. Trust me. And I privately they agreed at a $380,000 non-disclosure. Like, don't talk about it anymore. We'll pay you $380,000.
Okay.
Asia Argento is an actress, but she's probably more known. And sorry, ladies, she's probably more known as being Anthony Bourdain's longtime girlfriend.
Oh, okay.
He paid the $380,000 for her. He's a goddamn saint. Rest in peace. God, I love that man.
So they were together at the time, or after when it happened? They were. I
believe they were together.
Oh boy.
If I fucked that up, I'm sorry. Everything else I've said has been right on the money.
Not gonna know all the deets.
Well, the legal contract, kind of leaked out the last week and a half.
Kind of leaked out.
Probably by the kid himself, but nonetheless.
We're a lawyer.
Look, he's 17. Let me tell you something.
Yep.
If I was 17, let's close our eyes.
Okay.
17.
All right, let's go.
I just made a couple mil on a movie, and I got a little. Gata's got some walking money.
Gata's got some walking money, feeling good.
Right, and then Asia calls you up, and we've seen her. She's good. Good looking lady. Good looking lady. She's like, hey, I want to hang out. You're like, okay, let's go to lunch. All right, I'll fly to California.
I'll come see you.
I live in Italy, but I'm gonna fly away to California.
Come see you because I'm Italian.
And she comes, and you brought your cousin because you're like,
come with me. Yeah, we'll go to Cali.
Like, she tells you, hey, Oli, can you tell your cousin to go kick rocks? I just want us to.
Off.
Yeah, it's 10:30. Let's get some mimosas.
Oh yeah.
Let me take you back to the hotel. We'll watch Pretty Woman.
Oh yeah.
Next thing you know, she's yerking and sucking.
Oh God.
Now, look, you're fucking 17. I don't give a fuck what you say. That is not assault, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry.
No, it's not.
Is it legally? Yes. By legal standards in the state of California,
it's illegal.
I'm not going to argue it is illegal. Assault. But let me tell you what, at 17 years old, a boy, you want to call him a boy knows what the fuck he's doing. Yeah. And then to sit there.
To say you're traumatized by it? That's bullshit.
I haven't booked any more movies because it's throwing my work off. Like,
maybe it's because you suck.
Come on now. Give me a break. Give me a break.
Yeah.
We both of us have been, I think, advocators for this movement because it is a good movement. But in a matter of a month, this is like the third episode that we've broken shit news about it. It is it's in shambles. It's in shambles.
It really is.
Look, you cannot.
You can't start a movement when you have your own.
You can't
sexual assault past.
You can't advocate for Me Too and want a Me Too.
Yeah.
Okay?
No.
It doesn't work like that. I have the utmost respect for Rose McGowan. She has been saying this shit for fucking years, but because she shaves her head and dates Marilyn Manson, people think, oh, she's batshit crazy. No, she was fucking right. And look, nothing bad has come out of her. Why? Because she got assaulted and tried to get her life together, and then, hey, when she found the opportunity to bust Hollywood wide open,
she did.
Hollywood's been corrupt for fucking years.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
For years. Everybody loves Marlon Brando, but guess what? People in the industry fucking hated working for him and with him.
Yeah, I've heard that.
He was a pain in the ass. And guess what? He went to that island and married like 10 youngies. So,
jeez.
There's that. All I'm saying is you can't do this when you're at the forefront of a movement.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You can't start a movement when you have your own history.
You fucked it.
Yeah.
You fucked it.
How can you expect this to last and to be a real thing and people to respect it?
And the best part is McGowan, I've read, said, I felt lied to. So obviously
she didn't know.
Someone was tipped off and Asia was trying to do some damage control.
Yeah.
Guess what? Doesn't work like that. Once it's out, it's out. See, CNN does the Anthony Bourdain show, right?
Huh? Who? What?
Anthony Bourdain's food show.
Yep.
That was on CNN, right? Yeah, I think it was on CNN.
Yeah, I believe so.
They pulled all of the episodes with Argento in it.
Wow.
Yanked them.
Wow.
Yanked them.
Well, I guess, I mean, not that that's really affecting her, but
no, but it's like
essentially what she's been the forerunner for.
You can't point your finger and be a part of the other side. You can't play both sides, and that I don't understand people like sometimes I don't.
Yeah, I don't know.
We have, like we said this a couple weeks ago, we have a perplexity to start a movement and then shit on it, and not by the people that oppose it. It's always by the people that are with it.
Yeah, that's it. That's usually how it happens. You always got one in there that's what do they call that? I don't know. Black sheep in it?
Yeah. Maybe. Yeah, she took pictures and everything.
Of him?
Yeah, he had them. Yeah, she took pictures and sent them to him. As like
her.
mementos.
Okay.
He sent the photo into
Jesus.
Into the New York Times, so like to say, hey, this really did happen. I'm not fucking around.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is, the middle one.
Oh, that's them together.
Yeah, laying in bed, and they don't got no clothes on.
I mean, I can't tell that 100%, but it looks like that's probably the case.
I see a lot of that shoulder cut.
Oh, there's a lot of shoulder, but...
A lot of shoulder cut.
Yeah. Right in that lightning.
It's disheartening. It's disheartening because it's such a powerful movement. It's such a good thing for women, and then it's one of the people in the forefront.
One of the runners.
Yep.
Can't keep her dick in her pants.
Yeah. Oh, here's a good one. Oh, it's a fucking video. Oh yeah, they just did some stuff.
Oh yeah,
that's a prototypical.
Oh, absolutely, they're laying in bed naked. Yep, they did something.
And you know, on the other side, you know, I love to look at it both ways. I don't think you should ever look at it just one way. On the other side, did she really do something wrong?
Technically, yes. Legally, yes.
Legally, yes. In reality, because reality and legally are
of course
polar opposites in a lot of situations.
I'd have been fine with it, but I also wouldn't have been, you know, calling her out and trying to get a settlement either.
Or you just call her out and just get a settlement, move on. You got a little piece of ass, and then you got $380,000.
Yeah.
What you doing sending them photos in the New York Times 5 years later? Trying to get more money?
Trying to get more. Well, maybe he realized how much bullshit it is.
And her statement, like Asia's statement, was horrendous. It was like Anthony was just trying to help him during a financial struggle, his family during a financial struggle. Like, no, baby, you're covering it up.
Well, they might have burned through that couple mil real quick.
Oh, of course.
Need a little more.
Of course.
Need a little injection. But
yep, let's see how horrible this MeToo movement turns.
Yeah, there's no telling where it's gonna go for now. But on a little lighter side, I found some little something about podcasts.
Oh,
so public radio networks turn to podcasts. It's only a matter of time, I suppose. Basically, Boston-based WGBH, they work with these two radio networks, and they're investing $10 million for new content creation, and they're going to open what they're calling a podcast garage in D.C. for like aspiring podcasters to go and learn. So they're sinking like $10 million into a new podcast section with these two radio networks.
It's only a matter of time before terrestrial radio is done.
Oh yeah,
it's a matter of time.
Yeah,
the amount of equipment and satellite, the wavelengths, the amount of infrastructure it takes to have 4 people at 6:30 talk for 4 hours is too much.
Yep,
it's too much.
Yep.
You know, Sirius XM was struggling. for a while.
Live stream it all on YouTube now.
Then they merged and they got it together really quickly. They put the best shows from each, right?
Yep.
You need, in certain aspects, you need competition, restaurants, hotels, right? But in radio, I don't think you need a whole lot. Like for satellite radio, I don't think you need competition. You need the best shows possible.
Satellite, you just need as much as you can. Yeah.
Terrestrial radio, you have that competition,
of course,
predominantly in the morning.
Yeah,
predominantly in the morning.
You're
the
battling.
drive time.
Yeah,
right. But now with the Bluetooth and the aux cables in cars, people can choose to hear what they want to hear.
Yeah.
Whether it be an Audible audiobook or podcast or, $4.99 a month, Apple Music. You can listen to whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't see terrestrial radio in getting any kind of market share soon enough. I think iHeartRadio is bankrupt.
Damn, really?
Yeah, I believe iHeart,
Jesus.
which is probably one of the largest, if not the largest. I believe that they're bankrupt.
They're big. Yeah, absolutely.
That's I don't see how terrestrial radio makes it. Even Twitch now, Twitch was bought out by Amazon.
Okay.
Bubba live streams his whole show on Twitch.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's definitely. I mean, podcasts are taking over. It's up. I think the percentages on how many people listen is skyrocketing.
Because you all right. Let's say you listen to Whoop Diddy Doop. You're gonna get his views or her views, right?
Yep.
But in the context, in the context of the direction and the view of the larger corporation, right?
To an extent, yeah.
Depending which way they lean,
things
right?
You can and can't say.
Right.
Yeah.
You see that in TV, in news, right?
That's why everybody was so happy when Howard Stern went full on with XM.
Yeah.
Because he was able to be who he wanted to be, and because he was always pushing the limits and getting shut down.
Look at what Joe Rogan, David Dubin, Ben Shapiro.
Yep.
They try to give you just facts, and they like to talk on both sides.
Yeah, and that's good.
Like Rogan gets shit because he pushes keto diets or the carnivore diets.
Of course, but
he's got a show coming up, I think, in the next week or two, where he's going to have somebody, a doctor that has done extensive research in keto and a doctor with extensive research in having a normal carb diet.
Yeah.
That's the kind of shit that people want to listen to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? And
people want to learn.
It's a shitty example, but
people want to learn.
I think people just want facts. They don't want any more bullshit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When Trump says fake news, he's not completely wrong.
No, he's not wrong.
He's not completely
absolutely.
Because you're getting a very biased approach.
Yeah, absolutely.
So at that point, it is fake. I mean, we try our best to give both sides, unless we firmly believe in one side.
Of course.
And it's on very few things.
Yeah.
Right.
No, very few.
But we try to do it both ways, and that's where the importance is. The importance is in giving just what we know for sure, because there's no sense in speculation. That's what news has become.
Yeah,
fucking pure speculation.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't see radio. I don't see terrestrial radio having much of a market share anymore.
No, it's definitely dwindling. So I thought it was interesting to see that some of these companies are starting to go that route. I mean, I'm sure they're seeing their numbers dwindle every year, and they're trying to figure out, okay, how do we stay in business? Well, where's it all going to?
Yeah.
Year after year, more people listen to podcasts. So let's put some money there.
I mean, look, what we do here is 1/100th of what it would cost to do a drive time 6:30 to 10:30 show.
It's less than that.
We probably sound better, and we're easier to find.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
And guess what? If you get in the car at 7:30 and you've missed the first hour, for us, you just start it from the beginning.
Yeah. Exactly.
And how long does it take us to upload? Uploading doesn't take
2
much.
minutes.
We edit a little bit. Edit a little bit.
Yeah, really, just level it out, make sure it all sounds good.
And now that we've gotten more comfortable, it's a lot more easier. The first 10 episodes was a little heavy.
Yeah.
Because we're trying to find our voice and find a groove. You listen to our first 5 episodes, we talk over each other a lot, and I yell, and then I whisper. you know? And now, the last, 3...
Yeah, you get smoothed out.
You know, you find your way of speaking.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just... For the last 2 or 3 years, I haven't put on the radio. Like, terrestrial radio. And I just...
Yeah, podcast or music. You know, that's...
I think even some AM stations are doing better, because if you have an older car, you know, I'm...
Yeah, I wouldn't know, but yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe.
The only thing I see terrestrial radio for is like religious shows, like actually listening to like a mass or a sermon, or, you know, listening to, I don't know, nothing. Just take it out of the car. Never mind. I backtrack on all that.
I'm not sure I'd ever use this muscle right here. That's a muscle. Like my bone.
It's the kneecaps. It's the patella. You got some bunch of tendons back there. Little meniscus.
Shit's sore.
Little ACL. Little ligament.
Sore. But yeah, no, I mean that's. I thought that was interesting. You know. But
it's fucked up.
At about 1:15.
Yeah.
Not too bad.
Get on a little soapbox and close it out.
Do you have anything else?
Yeah, Nike.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
This is probably going to be the most talked about thing this week. And sidebar, ladies and gentlemen, these are going to be the most up-to-date episodes we've ever done. So you are in for a fucking treat if you listen to us every week. Shout out to our 2 favorite listeners, the moms. We'll actually have like news that's happening in the week.
We're working on it.
Yeah. We're streamlining.
Yeah. This one should be up tonight.
Yeah. This happened within the last 24 hours. It came out that Nike has been paying Colin Kaepernick for the since 2011. He's been on their payroll as an athlete.
Okay.
He is considered a star, so that puts him in the million range and royalties of what would be, you know, some of the highest paid actual athletes. Now,
Yep.
to give people a quick run back on Kaepernick, he began the kneeling during the national anthem. When his contract was up for player option in San Fran, he turned down his player option, and he's been kind of the advocate for, you know, Black Lives Matter, police brutality in the U.S. against African Americans and a people of color, is what he says. And it stirred quite the controversy with the president coming out and NFL losing money. Nike has had him on the payroll as an athlete since 2011, and he is now the face of their 30th anniversary catalog or something.
Yep.
So he's going to have T-shirts, shoes, everything that a star athlete would get.
Yeah.
Kaepernick will be getting.
Okay.
And they posted, you know, a snippet of a photo of him, and the tagline is "Believe in something, even if it means sacrificing everything."
Okay.
I got a lot of problems with that. I do, and I'm going to take a stance here, and it's probably not going to be the most popular stance. People forget that Colin Kaepernick was adopted. He was adopted into a white family, a privileged white family.
Okay.
Jason Whitlock was on the Ben Shapiro Sunday Night podcast, which uploads on Sunday nights.
Yep.
It's a 1-hour conversation. It is fucking fantastic. I knew Jason Whitlock from his time in ESPN. He was fired because ESPN fires you if you don't believe in their political views.
Yep. Because
they're owned by the mothership Disney.
Yep.
He said exactly what I'm ripping this straight from him. He said, you know, you came from privilege. You can't speak on what you don't know.
It's very true.
And I agree wholeheartedly. And I never seen, Jason Whitlock is a black man. I've never seen a black man take a stance like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was like, where's this guy been? And apparently he's been, you know, on Kaepernick's ass since this shit started.
Oh, wow.
You know, he said something very important. When Kaepernick started kneeling, he was kneeling for police brutality, you know, brutality against African Americans and ethnic people. Somewhat, you know, gun violence and, you know, violence across the country.
Mm-hmm.
Got my notepad. Hold on. You know, the conversation went from that to these players need to stand up.
Never even really went to that. It was really just, hey, this is why I'm doing it. But then it just turned into a big controversy of should we stand or not.
Well, that's what Whitlock said. He goes, when you see Kaepernick taking face-to-face interviews, he speaks in generalities because he doesn't have any details. He doesn't have any sustenance. He goes, when you see other people that do this, they have things to say, things to back it up, experiences.
Yeah.
And he used his own experiences. Whitlock, he described his own experiences and why he can talk about this. I mean, people have called him Uncle Tom. They've called him horrible, horrible things because he's not advocating for quote unquote his people.
Yeah.
But he's like, no, I advocate for the whole country, and everything that he's saying is like everything's is harsh. But he says a lot of things he says really aren't true. You know, what's the author? Steven Pinker wrote a book in 2011 about these kind of brutality type things and all the demographics and how you know, violence is at record lows across the U.S. And if you look at if you watch any bit of news, you think the complete opposite.
Yeah, that's it. They don't. Again, you know, it's not necessarily in that sense. It's not fake news because sure it's happening, but when you're blowing it up, you're misguiding the population because you want to go and pass this bill or that bill or do this or do that or not let people see that this is happening. So let's just make fucking everybody hate each other.
Yeah, I mean. Violence is down since the 90s. Non-fatal, FA. I used a fucking acronym and I don't know what it stands for. I'm stupid. 2011, the homicide rate was half of what it was in 91.
Wow.
Half.
Wow.
Almost two-thirds of gun deaths are suicide related.
Wow.
I mean, these are facts that I'm reading. These are verified facts.
Yeah.
80% of those is related to illegal gun ownership, not legal.
Yeah,
Every statistic shows that increased rates of gun ownership is not associated with violent crime. Legal gun ownership.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the things that Whitlock said, he goes, what people miss is that a lot of the violence and a lot of the crimes you see on the TV is gang related.
Yeah,
absolutely. And he goes, what do you think, what is the demographic of gangs? It's Hispanics, it's blacks. And he goes, and he just put his hands up, and I'm not trying to sit here
but it's facts. Again,
I'm not trying to be prejudiced or stereotyping, right?
No, but it's facts.
But I have an issue when, look, Nike is the apparel sponsor of the NFL.
Yeah.
The NFL's bleeding money because of this stand, don't stand anthem thing. Look, people that were saying, Trump's being a dick about all this bullshit. The ownership this offseason enacted a law that all players have to stand. If they don't want to stand, they stay in the locker room. If they kneel or sit during the anthem on the field, they are fined or suspended.
Yeah.
So was Trump wrong or did the NFL cave to him? I don't know. Well,
obviously everybody wants to just say Trump's wrong, but
numbers don't lie. Ratings are down. I've told you my
stance on this before. It's a business.
Well, the numbers don't lie. Ratings are down.
Yeah, it's all down.
Money's down. The average person that watches the NFL, it's the largest sports organization in the U.S.
Yep.
The average person that watches it supports the military and is a proprietor of the American flag, the national anthem. There's a reason why it's sang. There's a reason why there's a flyover. Yeah. There's a reason why there's a military month in the NFL.
Absolutely.
It's a large presence. And for Nike to take a stand like this and come out and go, oh, yeah, we've been paying since 2011 and now he's going to be the face. It's a slap in the face to the NFL who, switched from Reebok to you and gave you a boatload of money.
Yeah.
You get free sponsorship every 5 seconds because your swoosh is on every fucking jersey.
Yeah.
It's a bad look, I think. It's not a bad look, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll use the word. I think it's a misguided.
Obviously, whoever is in charge there has agreed with him, so that's why they've kept him on the payroll and decided to use him in the campaign. But I don't know. It doesn't overly bother me, but
I don't know why it resonated so strongly with me, and I think I think part of it is just because I love the Bill of Rights and I love our rights to protest, but this one doesn't. What does kneeling during the flag do? Are we going to the
nothing
are
really?
We going
it's
to,
just making a stand. That's it. But you're not actually doing anything. You're not helping anything. It turned into just a rich, privileged piece of shit at that point.
Yeah, well, just it turned into something completely opposite of what they're like. Because like you said, you're no longer talking about the issue, or the quote unquote issue. Yeah. You're talking about whether the player should sit or stand. Like,
it's
within a week, you lost
way
the
off
whole
topic.
thing.
Yeah, but yet you're still going to push it and keep trying to do it. It's like, well, you're not really helping yourself at that point. If it's not working, it's not working. Find a different method.
Yeah, this is what Whitlock said, and yet he thinks you can affect change with emotion or with some symbolic act that's not well thought out. He doesn't understand that Martin Luther King and other people of the civil rights movement, that was a very strategic, executed plan. And I before we started recording, I told you he mentioned Rosa Parks. Mm-hmm. Rosa Parks is synonymous with not going to the back of the bus.
Yeah.
Jason Whitlock, historically, I did not know this, but she was not the first one to do it. Mm-hmm. The first one to do it was... her name was left out, but she had an illegitimate child, and it wouldn't have been a good look
when it
for the movement.
Yeah.
So a week later, they had Rosa do it. Right? It goes back to his point of
that's it.
Him kneeling didn't change anything.
Yeah,
it wasn't thought out. And when they ask him questions, why he's not equipped for the answers.
Yeah, because he didn't have those life experiences. He's just trying to make a stand. But
social justice warriors, baby, them keyboard warriors.
Yeah,
man, social media has pushed him so hard because I think people feel good taking a stand in support of him. I think it makes people feel good.
Yeah,
and that's a shitty statement, but I think that's a large part of. They're like, oh, police brutality, yeah.
Well, that's it. Yeah, they don't look at the facts. They just go, "Oh, yeah, that's what you're standing for." Okay, I'm with it.
Yeah.
They don't actually go, "Well, how are you doing? How are you helping this? What are you actually doing besides just,
is there a goal?
Causing trouble?
Is there an outcome?
Yeah. What's the point here?
There is none.
Yeah. Well, hey.
Yeah. And obviously, and Colin Kaepernick in his second year took the San Francisco 49ers to Super Bowl. And for him to not find another job, that shows 32 owners and general managers, they don't think it's worth the time.
No, well, that's it. Exactly. It's not. It's more headaches.
So it's gonna be an interesting year in the NFL, and not for what sucks is it's gonna be interesting not for what's happening on the field. It's gonna be happening for what happens in pregame and postgame, because now the law is on hold because players are still kneeling, and some owners want to just suspend their own player for 4 games. So it's interesting. It'll be interesting week 1 how it plays out.
Yeah.
Sunday, baby. So I can't wait for football.
Is it this Sunday?
Oh, can't wait. I love it.
I don't even know.
I love it. Hit a hot dog to the back of the throat. Eat a cheeseburger.
Oh, yeah.
Sunflower seeds, guzzle some craft beer, and just watch men be men.
Yep. Well, should we wrap it up?
Yeah.
We're about an hour and a half. We'll play Darren's song at the end for everybody.
Darren Campbell, baby. Go check him on the gram, Darren Campbell Music.
On that gram.
DarrenCampbell.co.uk.
Yep.
Give him a follow. Give him a like. Watch that music video for this song.
Hey, music video is pretty good. The name of the song was Wherever You Are. Yep, that's it. Wherever You Are.
Wherever You Are.
Yep, he has a music video out for it. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Checked it out. It's nice.
Yeah.
Looked good.
Maybe we'll play something else from next week or something.
Yeah.
We'll see what he wants to do.
All right, yeah. We'll let that play us out, and till next week.
Are you waiting? I got nothing witty today.
No, that's fine.
Somber. Tickle fucking.
so free and we're out of our mind. And now we've let our worlds collide. This life is ours, it starts tonight. And don't you feel alone, my God, you're only half the world away, my love. Wherever you are, wherever you go, always watch the stars unfold. I love you more than you can know. The lives we live are wonderful. When you think about me, when you think about us, I don't want you to fear, babe, I want you to trust that all we have is here for us. And all we need will come to us. And don't you feel alone, my God, you only have the world away, my love. Wherever you are, wherever you go, always watch the stars unfold. I love you more than you can know. The lives we live are wonderful. Whoa. Don't you feel like everything in life is said and done? There's millions of places in the world and you gotta see them all. And don't you feel like everything in life is said and done?